There's no fear in Jake's eyes, just sweat.
Turn that off. Let's turn the dial then. We have to stand up.
You can go home after 6 minutes if you can just like pretend you're in a sauna for 6 minutes.
Bikram.
Bikram. I don't think Jake's a yoga guy.
What's wrong?
It's going.
Jake doesn't
Oh.
like to eat. Oh,
Hi,
it's
welcome
going?
to JH Weekly's wrap-up show.
The living remains of Jake
Where
Nichols.
we're currently blowing our editorial budget on heat right now. The freaking meter is probably spinning like a CD.
I just don't get it. I don't think it's that hot.
Oh my goodness.
I'm with you.
I really don't.
I'm wearing a jacket, so I'm clearly with you.
This week's show brought to you by St. John's Medical Center, where you will not get the fungal meningitis going around. And you read this story 3 days before it appeared in today's Daily, by the way. If you read the Daily and we really did have a meningitis problem with the spinal tap here at the hospital, you'd be dead. So the bottom line, today's lesson is read JH Weekly and don't die. Because we got that story online 3 days ago.
And I can also exclusively break that we don't have bubonic plague, we don't have the black plague. There's so many other things that we don't have right now.
But we do. Is that a reference to the bayonets and horses? You know,
yeah.
We don't have bayonets and horses.
As I said, the military never gives up a weapon. We still have bayonets and horses.
But we do have Lou Hochheiser, how do you say his name?
Hochheiser.
Hochheiser, as the new CEO, and everything looks really good about this guy. I like him. Yeah, I think he's got the ship sailing in the right direction pretty fast.
When
So
Aaron shows
that's
up with a fake injury, will he be able to get
So-
Vicodin and Loratab?
I don't know. They have case by case basis, but I've had to be to the hospital once. That's all I could afford, and I got the best of care.
No money for follow-up, though.
Hottie of the week. Do we have a Hottie of the week?
Yeah.
Allie, you threw one.
Yeah, I found one. She's this cute yoga instructor named Claire Durkin. She is from the East Coast. Her Uncle Dan brought her here. She likes Bud Light on Ice and Springsteen, Shakira, Robin. She's pretty open to variety of music, so maybe you should take her out. She's pretty cute.
Page 3.
Page 3. And we need
Yes.
hot shots, so
What do you get for being a hot shot?
$20 gift card to TLS Liquor.
A couple of bottles
Email
of cheap
us.
wine.
It is.
Mm.
Get on it.
Now, and we also have a web bonus. If you look in the newspaper, we have just a simple mug shot of our Hottie of the Week. If you look on the online, we have her in a downward dog position. It's a yoga position.
Scoot over there.
It's just horrible.
You know what? You know why I'm so terrible? I never was taught ethics and morality in school. Shouldn't we be teaching beyond textbook? Our feature story this week is our feature story this week is: should we be teaching K through 12 kids critical thinking?
Should we be teaching them ethics and morals? is
Yeah.
the question. But how do the teachers know what those are to teach?
That's true. It starts with and that's
Like, who decides what the
that's
ethics
sort
and
of the
morals
big
are?
hiccup. But it's trending nationwide. Certain programs, certain.
And it's come to Wyoming.
It's come to Wyoming, Casper, some schools around the Casper area, they're trying it. It's interesting.
So we're gonna use the alcohol wand. So we won't need
You
to
know
teach
what?
them drinking's wrong. We can just punish.
Right, and you know who would say that this is totally unnecessary and misguided?
Besides me?
Yeah, besides you,
Okay.
is Marty Halverson, who said kids, it's been proven kids until they're 16 or 17 do not have the development in their brain to do critical thinking.
So
All
they
they
just
can
have
do
to
is
beat them into obedience.
They can do straight math. All they do is add and memorize dates. Yeah,
I
the
was
Roman
better-
Empire
wait,
fell.
I was
in-
better at math as a teenager, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I remembered the quadratic equation back then.
Hey, winter sure got here fast, didn't it? Look outside. Yesterday it was snowing pretty good, and this whole week's going to be kind of winter-like. So it's time to hurry up and get started on winterizing your home. We got a bunch of
Good
tips.
transition to your buzz.
Yeah, we got a bunch of tips for you in the lead buzz on how to winterize your home. Things that won't cost a lot, that'll save you on your heating bill this year.
Cranking the heat is.
Oh, cranking the heat is not an option. It's going to be a hardcore Halloween with no less than 4 hair bands in town, I think. There's going to be music everywhere, but LA Guns, I'm excited to see them in the Pink Garter.
It's funny. I've met most of those guys when they were backing Steven Adler's Appetite.
Oh my
Pretty much playing through the Appetite. I did a story for Rolling Stone on Steven Adler, the original drummer for Guns N' Roses.
Sweet.
In the middle of the interview, he runs out. He says he has to go see his mom. And so we're sitting there waiting
He's
for
a
him.
nice Jewish boy.
He is a Jewish boy. And his mom comes in, and she goes, "Where's Steven?" We're like, "Well, he went to see you." Manager gets on the phone. Someone sees Steven. He's leaning into a car. He apparently bought some crack.
He didn't see his mother.
They came back for our interview. True story.
You should remember that the next time your mom starts leaning on you about not being a lawyer, you
I
say,
could be a crackhead.
Not a crackhead drummer. Drummer is worse than crackhead. If you're going down the list of stuff, it's crackhead, then drummer.
And the sad thing is, he still earns a lot of money. No one on Appetite's not going to run out of
LA
money.
Guns from 1986 to present. They put out, I don't know, over a dozen albums.
None of which we can
Just
remember.
keep on-
We can't
no.
even name a song, really.
No, but there's a lot going on for Halloween. We got the whole wrap up. We got our art, of course. Redneck was funny. Again, Clyde is really good this week, so read that. What else is happening, I think? CD reviews.
I make fun of the Doors.
Doors live. Oh, I think they had to be experienced.
You had to be in 68
Be there,
to enjoy it.
and you had to be engaged, so to speak.
As I
Otherwise,
say, they call him a shaman, but it sounds like a shambles.
I love that line, yeah. You got to read our CD reviews, too. We got all that whole mess of stuff this week. All brought to you by St. John's Medical Center, known as St. John's Hospital. And maybe one day we'll have a new east route to the hospital. That's the big worry, you know. We can't get to the hospital quick enough.
I think Aaron's more concerned about the Lord having Vicodin in an emergency room.
We'll have to figure that out. We'll see you next week. It's JH Weekly's wrap-up show.